Right, just opening up the chats here. Alright, so I'm going to be doing some stuff that's rather unusual for me here today. Which is probably playing a little bit of Blitz, doing some Puzzle Rush. Hey, Owain. Rob you of it how? Jesse still plays it, doesn't he? Hey, Graham. Yeah, welcome to the dojo. How would I rob you of it? It's still out there, isn't it? You can look. Yep, still out there. You can watch it on YouTube anytime you like. We can listen to it now if you want to, because honestly, you know, we don't need to concentrate for Puzzle Rush, do we? That's not right. Hang on.
Check out Joe. He's a Reddit bro. Likes to edit posts, and he starts to glow when he gets the most upvotes or likes. Yeah, he's really hyped, really psyched, cause the cup is really tight and the work is really light. His training plan is the first thing your eyes see. He's got more follows than my boy Paradise.
Okay, here you go from the top.
Welcome to the dojo.
Check out Joe. He's a Reddit bro. Likes to edit posts, and he starts to glow when he gets the most upvotes or likes. Yeah, he's really hyped, really psyched, cause the cup is really tight and the work is really light.
Alright, I'm just gonna ignore everything, do some background mates for a minute or two.
Opinions on Magnus, Hans, and Karyakin. Who cheated who, which engine did he hacking? He got blocked by Short, ignored by Dvork,
But he can't be wrong, he scored a like from Truong. He's got lightning attacks on GM
blunders and gaffes, do not over the board. It's only the other chat. Still his 7-year plan ensures
the last laughs. Distractions detract from any actual actions. Excuses are useless, he ruses in action. Awaits satisfaction, the status of Magnus. He bought 50 books and opened up 10. Fool's lottery songs, not my system.
He's got 30 alt accounts on every site around. Chessable courses
Keep looking cheaper by the
He
pound.
got 22 databases and 36 engines, 25 chess sets, and a massive
Miss
merge from Gotham, Bra and Naka, but his game is
Misclick.
like some chess copy pasta, a GM coach that he don't listen to, and if you think it is, then yes, my friend, yes, this is you. But that all changed one bright sunny day when a friend said, hey, don't you know? Welcome to the dojo. It's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo.
You can't see the Puzzle Rush? What's wrong?
What's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. Don't you know? Welcome to the dojo. It's good to grow.
So much for this Puzzle
Welcome
Rush.
to the dojo. I stepped
It
away
can't be
from the
seen?
Sweatwork's what we need, G. Sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. So Joe got into the business, stopped the app sickness, daily practices rhythm, he even up his fitness. He found sparring cathartic, postmortems charming. With the plus equal minus, he was armed for elo farming. With notepad and pen, he built up calluses, escape rating paralysis, with lengthy game analysis. With sensei direction, he sold his collection. Read one classic and that was fantastic. He locked to the spot where they checking off boxes. Young prodigies and some wily old foxes.
Completely messed up, I'm sorry.
3.5 points per box, that's shocking progress. Goal nearing, cohort cheering, Joe doesn't hear it. He's He's monotasking, no relaxing, concentration maxing. One book, one board, one set, one thought. Work, 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 never stop. One book, one board, one set, one thought. Work, 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 never stop. Now occasionally he peeps the world of the tweet and laughs when he sees the player that he used to be. Blank face staring, complex plans comparing while he's dojo training. Hours a day playing out positions, transpositions, and growing his board vision. Transition from poser to player, focus without a care. He leaves them complaining in his dust, staying with their week-old ratings. Blast past his week-old rating, each week's a new occasion. He never takes vacation, the work is entertaining, the growth he's maintaining. And now Joe is explaining, hey, don't you know? Welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need you, if Sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive, don't you know? Welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need you, if Sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. Welcome to the dojo!
Okay, so it's very not smooth here. My mouse and my board and everything, so I'm not going to be able to do very well. You're welcome, Wayne. Thank you for liking my thing. I'm not going to be able to do well on Puzzle Rush or Blitz with the way my computer is slow here. Queen, knight. Let's just get rid of the knight, huh? Checkarooski. Let's go where they can't check me no more, ski. 7 dojo round robin games in a row? Graham, that's great. My instinct is to get rid of this in order to try and deliver checkmate of it. Whoops. Sorry. And here, that queen is a problem. Pawn takes, rook takes, queen, huh? Check here, check, 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 check. All right. So I spent a moment fixing the display, but I don't think there's any way it's going to be very fast with this, with the way my mouse and display are freezing. But we're going to do one all the way through without interruptions. So let's get it, and then we'll do some blitz. 3, 2, 1, go. That was a bad move, King H7. It's like impossible. Do you see the slow moving animations? But it's more at my pace as far as seeing the board. It allows me to see what's coming in time, where normally I can't keep up with it. But I have to be careful about mouse slipping and stuff. Six. I'm just gonna assume I have to take that piece. What? That was a weird puzzle, huh? is that even a puzzle? Do you see I moved my queen before the bishop? You see that with the lag? Amazing, right? That one was weirdly tricky. What on earth was that? Oh, the queen sack, not the knight sack. It's always some stupid thing in a puzzle rush, right? Turning queen h1. Hello, thanks for the raid. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to play a quick move here. Doesn't make any sense. What am I doing? Let's just try and get a draw. If it's going that badly. And here, let's pick up that bishop. Ay, ay, ay. All right. Michael, 2,500 blitz. Congratulations. You're right where I am. All right, this was the Play Chess Online. All right, let's go back to Play Chess Online. That's what we're going to do. All right, let's pick an opening repertoire for today. What openings would you, those who are here today, like to see? We're just going to pick one repertoire and then I'll play it on repeat. So let's start with white. Do you want to see e4, d4, c4, f4, knight f3, knight h3, a4, b3, whatever you want. I'm not going to play f3 or g4, any other move. On the first move you could pick. Hey, Leviathan. All right, we got a couple quick votes for e4. Against e5, should we play... Actually, there's going to be a lot of openings to go through. How about we just set the aggression meter? Do you want my most insane, or something aggressive, or something positional, or something solid? We'll have four tiers of e4. Insanity, aggression, positional, or solid. Insanity would not be sound, no. Go with just standard issue aggression. All right, and if my opponents play one e4, what defense would you like it? I phrased it poorly. Very nice, Marble. Congratulations. Any other votes for black against e4? I'm in the mood to please you all. I'm not, you know. I'm just taking an hour to chill. So we got a vote for the a6 Sicilian, a vote for the Khan, a vote for the Najdorf, a vote for e4, 2 votes for e4, e5. All right, and moving on, 1 d4. What defense would you like to see against d4? You can pick anything, obviously. So Queen's Gambit declined, accepted, Orthodox, Slav, Semi-Slav, Nimzo, Benoni, Banco, Dutch, Budapest, King's Indian Defense, Grunfeld. Hey, Oscar. One a6 against everything. All right, you get 1 vote, Graham. You're 1 vote for the Dutch, 1 vote for the Benoni, 1 vote for the Kid, 1 vote for a6, which is fine, I guess. 2 votes for the Benoni, 2 votes for the Dutch. I used to play a lot of Benoni, but not as much anymore. Anyone want to break the tie between the Dutch and the Benoni? Dutch it is. All right, let's go. Cranked up and ready to go. All right, so we got to play aggressive e4. So I guess that would be an open Sicilian. Yes, the Benoni is better. That is true. Rook e8. Suspicious. I'll get castled. I think if I want to play aggressively, I have to play f4, so I can't play f3. Going for my Bishovsky. Position does not look good for white so far. I'm threatening e5, but most moves that are reasonable stop it. Queen c7. I could go knight b5. Okay. So I gotta watch out for that. So they play that, and now I could go e5. Boom, boom, knight moves, queen f3 is even better than before they played b6. Woo-hoo! Knight d5, queen f3, knight e3, however. Dang it. Do I have knight c6 though? That could win me the game, potentially. Knight e3, knight d8. Ugh. Come on. There's no way that should survive. Knight c6, knight e3. Queen f3. Queen c... Queen d7. Queen check, king there. East. Ay, ay, ay. I was 2 minutes looking for a force win that wasn't there. Maybe with like an hour on my clock there was something. Queen c7, e6, f5 is coming. Just don't see any other way to play. Queen's coming here. Well, this one's going to be a loss. I just don't know how to play. All right. Let me have a quick look at that and see why it went so wrong. So hang on. E5's a mistake. What? And I'm just worse. And nothing I did mattered. That's why I couldn't find anything, because I was losing the whole time. Okay. Fine. Completely wrong instincts. That is crazy. That E5 is not winning in that position for white. And that it's literally bad. Very weird situation. I was super confident that E5 was good for white. Well, he played an accelerated dragon. If he played a normal dragon, sure, I'd play Yugoslav. But he played an accelerated dragon, and then I didn't get to play a system that I really know very well. Sure, Nickel, I can play a viewer today. Today's the perfect day to play a viewer. Yeah, if you want to send me a challenge on chess.com, do so. And maybe like mute the stream during the game, and then you can go back afterwards if you want to see what I thought, or you can just ask me in chat afterwards. This is kind of weird to play somebody while listening to what they think out loud. Might be pretty different from a normal chess game. It's not possible to get a game. About knight c6 where I played e5, then queen c7 and the knight's just hanging there. Yeah. What a surprise. All right, we got a game. That took ages. I almost played h4 there. I think this move is good here. I can't remember why it would be so good. Queen a5. Looking to take the a pawn in some scenario. Coming after my knight. That's annoying. Against queen b6, I guess I'll play knight a4 and trade those bishops. Run away. White's position should be generally pleasant here. Maybe I should play a3. Bishop, would they keep it with bishop a5 and stuff? All right, let me know if you're playing it to castle. Go rook f8 and then de4 will become necessary. Rook f8, I have bishop h6, so the rook's just going to go there, yeah. But it's a very nice position for white. All of this wasn't too hard to predict. Guess that's gonna go right into queen b6, huh? But queen b6 loses a pawn, so yeah, whatever. So here the idea is to go quickly c4, d5, because that king is not great. And let's do it. Let's not spend too much time hesitating. Knight f6 tempo. Will I back up? Or will I push d5? Knight e4. d5, knight e4. Rook e4. I think that knight's bad, so I'll leave it on the board. Ay, ay, ay. I didn't really think that through. Oh, maybe queen a3, king b8, rook e7, queen d6, and then trade and rook f7. Just play that endgame. I didn't notice that thing there. Maybe we can. Maybe it's still playable. Even here, we'll find out. It's not good. I'll say that. It's much less good. definitely play this endgame. Rookie 2 and takes F2 is going to allow back rank mate. But probably that's the plan for black. Boop! Ha ha! Alright. Will there be a Dojo Talks video about the Las Vegas freestyle event? Maybe. I think Jesse's probably not interested in talking about it. But, sure, we could play at odds, Nickel Alloy. Maybe just make it unrated and I'll sack a piece in the opening. Like I'll play knight f3, knight e5, knight g6 or something, and give you one piece. Howdy, chess lover. How are you doing? Oh god, 2 knights. Whoo, mama. I'm doing well personally, chess lover, yeah. Two pieces is a lot, Graham. 2 pieces is a lot. You want queen odds, Graham? What? I don't believe you. I mean, if that's what you think you need, I'll give it to you. But I suspect you could do fine with less. Oh, that sounds like a mean thing to say about Fabi, Charles. I think the answer is no. That seems hard to believe that that would be the proper assessment on Fabi. I mean, I don't want to bring up somebody else. I don't want to bring up other people who are like more famous for choking than Fabi or something, because that's not very nice of me. But I really don't think Fabi has any claim to the title of greatest choker of all time. Ay, this is going from worse to worse. Fabi should have been a world champ, but something just is missing. No, he could have been world champ maybe if Magnus had retired sooner from the world championships. But I mean, the main reason he's not world champion, the main reason that Fabi was never world champion is that he's basically the same age as Magnus Carlsen, right? That's why it's a debate. Oh man. Fair enough. I imagine the book Sicilian Labyrinth is probably pretty good. Probably great. I don't think I've read it. I got one piece back for one pawn, but now my position's suffering from being monochromatic, meaning I control light squares and kind of nothing else. That's going to simplify me down to hell. Try and keep one last rook on the board. Alright, now I've got some dark squares, of course. It's risky. But I want the biscuit. Yes! Ay, ay, ay. That was too stressful. Okay, I missed a very interesting conversation there. I think Hikaru does care about being world champion, Charles Hamilton. You've got some kind of autocorrect there I can't fix, but that was bad, says Nickel Alloy. I mean, you were doing fine until this knight c1 move. Maybe you meant to move the other knight to c1. I'm not sure. I was expecting this knight to go to c1, or maybe queen d4 check, and then possibly that knight would go into c1 on the next move. Overall, you played it perfectly well till that last move, when we were both down to 20 seconds. And I don't know, maybe you freaked out a little bit like I was freaking out. I was freaking out at that point. Okay, so King Charles Cav, you had a chess question I could probably answer for you quickly. So if I want to learn a particular Sicilian system, do you have a course to learn from, or is it a matter of learning the pawn structure and middle game plans and not necessarily learning theory? Yeah, you definitely don't need any theory, King Charles Cav. You can start with getting accustomed to the main plans within the pawn structure. Honestly, that'll take you super far. You may never need to learn theory, right? But definitely pawn structure and plans would be good to know. If you want to learn the knight, or if there's a course on Chess Dojo that I made, so you could use that, that would be easy. If you want to use a different Sicilian, pick the Sicilian like. I would highly recommend Sicilian Labyrinth by Polgaevsky, probably, to give you a sense of a lot of Sicilians. All right, Graham sent me a new challenge. Yeah, book on pawn structures could be good, but if it's all pawn structures, it won't help you as fast as a Sicilian flavored book, right? All right, here we go. Good luck, Graham. Enjoy the game. Oh, thanks, Charles. I'm glad you liked them, and we are very happy to receive topic suggestions from others to further improve them. That was an unrated game, Nickel Alloy. And so is this one. I don't know if somebody else suggested Sicilian Labyrinth, King Charles Cav, or if you have it, but if you have it, I would really recommend that. Good, Charles, good. I'm glad you understand my main and most important role in the podcast, and that you approve and accept. Somebody, exactly. That's basically the most important point about our conversations. I'm like Hans and Jesse's like Magnus? Lord, no. Oh, God, no. Now I've messed up. Getting revenge. Why do I like Philidor so much? Well, I studied Philidor's career when we did an episode about Philidor, and what I found was really impressive. That's all. Just honestly impressive. You know, he was the greatest player in the world for his entire lifetime, which is a long time, right? And Ay, ay, ay.
So I woke up at 1:30.
At 1:30?
Yeah, so I didn't get my work done. I decided to eat a piece of pizza, and when I was finishing my piece of pizza, she woke up.
Okay. Tragedy. And who's going to swimming?
I know.
Who's going to swimming?
You are.
Okay, great.
I'm gonna meet with my mom.
Okay, just making sure. That's. Ay, ay, ay.
Yes,
So Philidor was the best for his entire life, and he was the best by a huge margin where he could give people odds, basically. In all games, he was giving material odds. And then also his like contributions to the understanding of chess are huge. I think that was a gift. I think my opponent was just sitting there feeling bad for me.
Yes.
You knew who was insane. I'm not insane. You're listening to me right now. I'm completely calm, rational. You can nickel alloy. It's called the Knights Tour. And not just everyone can do it. Oh my god. That was crazy. What's wrong with eating avocado toast? If that's the weirdest thing about Kostya, then he's a very, very not crazy guy. Toast and avocado are both fine. I don't know why people have to make a big deal about toast and avocado. But they're both good foods that go well together. Just makes, well, on some days I also make some eggs, yeah. On whole grain sourdough? I don't know. Now you're getting really detailed on me. You're expecting me to have a doctorate in avocado toast. It just has to be bread. Hey, Gunzito Pro. Me real Elo. You new dojo? There's plenty of good foods. It doesn't mean that others are bad, right? Like, I agree with you, croissants are good. I agree with you, eggs are good. That doesn't make avocados bad. I mean, do you not like bread, Charles Hamilton? That would be That would be a shocking position. How many thousand games before you feel like you know the Sicilian? I don't know. 100 maybe? Oh, I should apologize for you getting added. Sorry, Gonzito. Yeah, I noticed you're making your sandwich on a croissant like you're afraid of bread. It would take a lot of games if you don't do any studying and stuff. Sure, you can avoid learning every single thing for yourself by taking advantage of what some other people have learned before you, right? Nickel Alloy, can I do the Knights tour? I forgot how to do it. I learned it once in an afternoon. So it's not super hard to learn. It's just kind of a pattern. If I had to figure it out on my own, again, it might take me a while. You don't have to be anywhere, Gonzito Pro. You can be wherever you like. Yeah. But I'm gonna have to leave here now, so I guess now will be a good time to leave. But in general, we have lots of people who rated 1100, 500, 200, and they still learn things here at Gonzito. So your rating is pretty mid-range for us. So it shouldn't keep you from understanding what's going on. I mean, right now we're talking about whether or not bread is good. I imagine you're high enough rated to know the answer to that question. Graham, I'm gonna have to give you a rematch another time because it is time to pick up the kids from camp. They're kind of like fun camp this week. So you didn't give the queen intentionally, so I can feel like I got a real win. That's very honorable of you. I'll gladly give you a rematch next time. I'm sure you can win it. I think from what you're saying, the key thing for you will just be to relax that pressure, because you were really winning very nicely up till that point. I was feeling some real despair until the moment when you, I guess, cracked from your internal pressure, right? But you were cruising until Queen B2. Just let things slowly collapse on me, you know? Like, all your pieces are on defended squares. You expanded, you took space. I mean, everything was going your way. So, you know, just kind of put some of the pressure on the opponent. You know? Yeah. Well, if you don't know what to do, one thing you could do is just go, you know, rook e8, rook f8, pawn h6, something like that. See if I'm doing anything. That'll help you. That'll help you relax. Sometimes in chess, you can actually just sort of move back and forth once or twice. Yeah. Chill. All right, Charles and everybody else. I'll see you again later. Be well. Tomorrow around this time, we're going to be doing Endgame Sensei, for those of you who are interested. I mean, starting like 2 hours ago. We'll do Endgame Sensei with Blood Queen and Rach Angel. So, till then... Welcome to the dojo, don't you know? I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what I